Welcome back to my channel where we make sense of math by not only understanding how it works, but why it works. And today we're going to learn how to convert fractions into decimals. And the big idea that we want to remember with this is that fractions are division problems. The numerator is what goes on the inside of your tent, it's the dividend, and then the denominator is the divisor, it's what goes on the outside of the tent. And the way you say it is the way you create your division problem. So if I have 3/4 or 3 out of 4, I'm doing 3 divided by 4, and that is the simplicity of how we convert fractions into decimals. So let's get into it. Okay, we are going to be converting fractions into decimals, and let's remember that if it's a proper fraction, which means the numerator is less than the value of the denominator, then our answer is always going to be greater than 0 but less than 1. Okay, and we're going to round our answers to the nearest hundredth. So starting with 1/2. Okay, 1, remember, is the dividend and 2 is the divisor. So the 1 goes on the inside of the tent and the 2 is on the outside. We write it the same way that you say it, 1 divided by 2. Okay, and then we're going to say how many times does 2 go into 1? 0. So we add our decimal point and drop in another place value holder, 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. And we're done. Our answer for 1/2 is the decimal. The way you write it is 0.5. The way you say it is 5/10. This is the ones place value, right? And then this is the tenths place value. So there are 5/10. And if we simplified that fraction, it's 1.5. So 1/2 is the same as 5/10 as a decimal. Let's have you go ahead and try number 2, 2/3. Remember, 2 is the dividend and 3 is the divisor. Go ahead and click pause and then come back and we'll go over the answer. So 2 divided by 3. 3 does not fit into 2. We know this because it's a proper fraction. It's going to be less than 1 but greater than 0. I add my decimal point and drop in a place value holder, 0. 3 goes into 20. I know that 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21, too big, so we're going to go 6 times 3 is 18. I have 2 left over. 3 does not go into 2, so I drop in another place value holder, 0, and we have the same number here again, 20. Okay, so we already know that 3 goes into 20 6 times, and we're going to get 18, and we're going to have 2 again. So we're going to refer back to our vocabulary words. This is a repeating decimal. Okay, 2/3 is the same as the decimal 6/10 repeating. Let's have Thanks for learning with me today. If you want to learn more about this topic, go ahead and check the link in the description. I've linked a full lesson where we dive deeper and look at vocabulary words, and we go over several different types of examples and get lots of practice in. And speaking of practice, if you want your own copy of the problems we went over and more problems, go ahead and check out the link in the description for the 6th grade math workbook. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time.